Hi, everyone. It's Chloe with Solozo. I work with a lot of sellers on Amazon. And one question I get often is, how can I increase the traffic to my listings? So there's a couple of ways that we can do this through PPC advertising. And I'm going to go ahead and outline them for you and share some ideas for how you can implement them. So the first thing that you can do is just try more ad types. So you're probably aware of sponsored product ads. Those usually do perform the best since they look more organic or in line with the organic results than some of the other ad types. Now, if you are not brand registered, you might not have access to sponsored brand ads or sponsored display ads. Now, those are the two other kind of big buckets of ad types, and some sellers do have access to sponsored display, even if they're not brand registered. So if you do have access to these, definitely try them out. We always encourage people to really max out their spend on their sponsored product ads before moving on, since conversion rate's usually better. However, if you're really trying to gain traffic to your listings, making sure you're showing up in more places and more ad spots is going to be really critical to doing this. So the first thing you can do is expand away from just your sponsored product ads. And if you do have access, try sponsored brands or sponsored display. Now, within sponsored product ads, something you can do is try out more match types. So at Solozo, we love the campaign flow of going automatic campaign to a manual exact match campaign, but you could also try out phrase match or broad match. You can also do some category targeting, which we've discussed in other videos here. So there's lots of different targeting techniques you can now use on Amazon. So again, if you feel like you've kind of maxed out your just exact match and what you're getting from those, really encourage you to try out some of the other match types. You can also add some negative targeting as you're doing this to make sure you're not picking up anything too irrelevant. But trying out those different targeting types is really going to just expand where you're showing up. And then always make sure that you're viewing those search term reports to figure out what new ASINs or what new keywords that you'll want to target. The last thing that I would encourage you to try through Amazon PPC is simply raising your bids. Now, it seems like clicks have gotten more and more expensive on Amazon, and there's actually research out there that they have, but playing, by Amazon's rules really and increasing your bids is going to be a great way to get more traffic to your listings. So one thing I do like to do is go into Amazon Seller Central and take a look at the suggested bid. You might have to add it as a column in the data that you're viewing, but Amazon does suggest a bid range, and sometimes it gets pretty wacky. I've seen some from $1 to $10, and you're like, where do I go in here? Just go where you're comfortable. You definitely don't need to go all the way up to some of their super high suggestions. But going, within a range, if you're currently bidding 30 cents somewhere and Amazon's suggesting $2, you might want to think about increasing your bids because it's likely that you are not getting a ton of traffic. So those are 3 simple ways to increase traffic to your listings through Amazon PPC.